Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki jai, Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad, Rashata Rashata Shishmat, Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Shri Gurudev ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad, Rashata Rashata Shishmat, Shri Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad, Rashata Rashata Shishmat, Shri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad, Rashata Rashata Shishmat, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupada Rashata Rashata Shishmat Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Vishnupada Rashata Rashata Shishmat Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Mahabhagavat. Sorry. Śrīla Gaurkishora Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Vishnu Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Ṭhākura ki jai. Nitya Pravishta Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannath Das Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupa Nuvarga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanātana Gosvāmī Shri Jīva Gopala Patadasha Gunath Sharda Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Ṭhākura ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट विराट गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाय की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Alright, today is Nitil Pavishram Vishnupad Shishimad Bhakti Vichar Jajavar Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Todya Shubha Tirubhav Titi ki jai. Shri Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Rasa Panchadhyaya ki jai. Shri Dāmodarāṣṭakam ki jai. Shri Harina Satyavrat Muni ki jai. Shri Sanātana Gosvāmī Pad ki jai. Kartik Vrat Niyam Seva ki jai. Urja Vrat ki jai. Urjeshwari Shiva Shubhanu Nandini Shrimati Radha Ṭhākurani ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaiṣṇava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayanitina. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminitti Namine. What am I doing? Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo mahavadanyaya Krishna prema pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tarbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Yang Pravrajantam Apeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahaka Tara Ajuhava Putreti Tanmayataya Taravo Binedustang Sarvabhuta Hridaya Munimanatosmi Narayanam Namaskritya Narang Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayit. Shrinvatang Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridantasto Yabhadrani Vedunoti Suritsatam Nashta Prayeshvavadreshu Nityang Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki tavaivasmi na jivami tvaya vina iti vigyaya radhe tvam nayamam charanantikam bhaktya vihina aparada lakshay kshiptastakama titaranga madhe kripa mai tvam sharana prapanna vrinde namaste charana ravindam bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Angashama Chatabhirabhito Mandi Kritende Varam Jadyam Jagurorochisham Vidhadatang Patam Parasya Shriyam Vrindaranya Vilasinam Ridilasar Dhamabhiramodaram Radhaskanda Niveshito Jvalabhujam Dhyayema Damodaram. His dark bodily luster eclipses a blue lotus. His brilliant yellow garments rebuke the radiance of golden kumkum. He revels in pastimes within Sri Vrindavan. His chest is beautified by a splendid Vaijayanti garland, and his splendorous left hand rests upon the shoulder of Sri Radha. I meditate upon that Sri Damodar. One second, just gonna get Mridanga and then we'll sing Gopī-gīta. Okay. Let's see. Dandavat pranams Gargaraj ji, Raseshwari Mataji, Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Sharma ji, Madhavi Didi, Hare Krishna. Okay. Gopya Uchu Jayati Te Dhikā Janmana Vraja Janmana Vraja Shayata Indira Shashvaratrahi Taita Drishyata Tikshuta Vakas Taidrita Savas Tvang Vichinvate Sharadudashaye Sadhu Jatasan Sarase Jodara Shri Mushadrisha Suratanātate Ashulkadasika Paradane Gnato Neha Kimbada Shajalapyaya Vyalarashasar Vashamarutat Vaidyutanalat Vrishamayatmajat Vishvatopayat Rishabhate Vayam Rakshita Moho Nakaru Gopika Nandano Bhavan Akila Dehinam Antaratma Dre Vikanasartito Vishwaguptaye Sakhayo Devan Sattvatam Kule Virachita Bhayam Vrishni Duryate Charanami Yusham Sangsriter Bhayat Kara Saroroha Kanta Kamadam Shirasi Dehina Shikara Graham Vrajajanartihan Virayo Shitam Nijajana Smaya Dvangsana Smita Bhaja Sakhe Bhaval Kinkari Smano Jalaruha Nanam Charudashaya Pranata Dehinam Papakashanam Trinacharánugam Śrīniketanam Fani Fanarpitam Te Padam Pujam Krinukuche Shunam Krindhire Chayam Madhuraya Gira Valgovakyaya Buddhamano Kyaya Pushkare Kshana Vidir Karirima Viramoyatir Adhara Sindhuna Pyayaya Svana Tava Kathāmrita Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Śrīmaratatam Bhuvi Grinati Ye Purida Jana Prahasitam Priya Ema Vikshana Viharana Chate Dhyana Mangala Rahasi Samvido Yahridi Sprisha Kuhakano Mana Shobhayanti Chalasiyad Vrajat Charayan Pashun Nalina Sundaram Natate Padam Shilatrinam Kurai Siddhati Tina Kalilatam Mana Kanta Gacchati Dina Parikshaye Nīlakuntalar Vanarohananam Vriparavritam Dhanarajasvalam Darshayan Muhur Manasina Smaram Viraya Chasi Pranatakamada Parmajarchita Dharani Mandanam Deyamapadi Charana Pankaja Shantamam Chate Ramanana Stane Shvarpaya Deha Suratavardhana Shokanashana Sarita Venuna Shushtu Chombita Itararagave Smaranamrenam Vitarabhiranas Te dharamrita Atatiyar bhavan Ahanikananam Trutiyugaya Te Tvamapashatam Kutila Kuntalam Shimukam Chate Jadaudikshatam Pakshmakre Drisham Patisutan Vaya Abhratri Bandhavan Ativilangyate Antyachuta Gata Gati Vidastavod Gita Mohita Gita Vayoshita Kastya Jenishi Rahasi Samvidan Richaya Dayang Prahasita Nana Prema Vikshana Prihadurashya Vikshadhamate Mohorati Spriha Moyate Mana Rajavano Kasavyatiranga Te Vijinahantrala Vishvamangala Atyajamanak Tvatsprihatmana Sajana Hridruja Yanishodana Asajana Hridruja Yanishodana. O Krishna, your appearance on this earth completely destroys the sorrows of the Vraja's residents, and in every way it brings auspiciousness to the world. Our hearts long for you alone. Therefore, kindly give in charity a little bit of that medicine which can cure the disease, the heart disease of your dear ones. Hari Bol Champak Didi. Dandavat Pranam. So now we'll read from this version. Yesterday's Srila Vishwanath Chakravartī Thakur's purport yesterday was so neat, wasn't it? So these are 5 arrows. Vishwanath Chakravartī Thakur said in the previous verse. See this again? Oh, possessor of our lives, private conversations with you in a lonely place. That was 1 arrow. Your lotus face with a soft smile giving rise to amorous desire. Your love-laden glances. That's 3. Your broad chest. That's 4. The eternal abode of... No. What is it? Okay, first is conversations with you in a lonely place. 2 was your lotus face with a soft smile. Your love lighting glances is 3. And your broad chest, the eternal. Where's the 5th one? Anyways, remembering all these, our minds are repeatedly bewitched, and we hanker more and more to meet with you. So the first is Rahasi Samvidam. That's your words. With the words you beg for affection in a secluded. The second is Hrichchayo Dayam. When you see us, your mind is attacked by Cupid. Okay. So it's Hrichchayo Dayam, that's 2. Then Prahasitanam. Prahasitanam. You smile beautifully. The 4th is Prema Vikshanam. You gaze upon us with love. And the 5th is the sight of your broad chest, Brihad Ura, which is the abode of all beauty and which stimulates intense desire to embrace it. Seeing these again and again, we are inundated with an extreme longing to meet with you, Ati Spriha. Due to this, our minds are bewildered, and our burning enthusiasm is making us faint. Kamdev's 5 arrows are, the first one is the red Akarshan Pan, which captivates. The yellow is the Vashikaran Pan, which subjugates by casting a spell. The third is the dark blue Unmadaban, which intoxicates. The 4th is the Dravinaban, that melts the heart. And the 5th is the white Shoshanban, that sucks up one's strength. And so these are the 5 arrows. They're comparing it to these 5 arrows, those 5 things. Rahasi Samvidam, Hrichayodayam, Prahasitanam, Prema Vikshanam, Brihad Ura. Okay, so now today's verse, Vrajavanokasam, Vyaktirangate, Vrijinihantralam, Vishvamangalam, Tyajamanakchanas, Tvatsprihatmanam, Swajanahre Durjam, Yan Nishudanam. O precious one, O precious one, more dear to us than our lives. Your presence eliminates all sorrows of the inhabitants of the village and the forests of Vraj, and covers the world with auspiciousness. Our hearts cannot contain our eagerness for you. Stop being a miser and give us just a little of that medicine which uproots the disease in the heart of your intimate associates. Sorry. Let me. Okay. Śrīla Samipad's Bhāvārtha Dīpikā. O beloved, more precious than our life heirs. Your presence destroys the sorrows of all the inhabitants of the forests of Vraj without any discrimination. It bestows auspiciousness upon the entire world. Our minds are fixed solely on the desire to attain you. Do not be miserly. Give at least a tiny bit of the medicine that can cure the heart disease of us gopis, who are your intimate admirers. Krishna may ask, what is this medicine? The gopis reply, you know about the very secret medicine that removes this disease. You already know that. Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pad's Vaiṣṇava Toṣaṇī. Because you express in many ways the amorous desire hidden in your heart, all your feelings transfer to us. Many times we think, alas, how can the fire of that desire burning in your heart be extinguished? While considering the remedy, we become absorbed in feelings for you. Your desires reflect in us because it is our nature to love you. However, in the course of in the course of wondering how we can relieve your suffering, our love grows stronger and stronger, and the intense desire rising from such affection breaks our hearts. Wow, that is, yeah. The gopis' words, which are full of their pain and grief, are documented in this verse beginning with Vraja, and also in the next one. So they're suffering because they know that Krishna is there's a fire of desire burning in Krishna's heart, and they want to extinguish that fire. So they're suffering because of that. It's not just themselves. So the gopis' words, which are full of their pain and grief, are documented in this verse beginning with Vraja and also in the next one. The gopis continue. One second. The gopis continue. Your appearance in Vraj village destroys the sufferings of all the Vrajvasis and the forest dwellers, Vraja Vano Kosam. But now your disappearance has become the cause of intolerable anguish. Is it proper for you to do this? The word vyakti means presence. By uttering this word, the gopis indicate that it is wrong for Krishna to stay away. With their hearts broken from their overpowering love, the gopis say, "Oh, dear one, Anga." Thus they express their affection. Suffering and separation, they do not address Krishna by his name, but by an affectionate endearment. They continue. Your birth in Vraj puts an end to the miseries, Vrijina Hantri, of not only the residents of Vraj, but of all living beings in the whole world. There's another meaning. Although you are the embodiment of auspiciousness for the entire world, Vishvamangalam, you particularly bestow pleasure upon the residents of Vraj. Both meanings lead one to request. Therefore, you should administer some remedy for our sorrow. Krishna may say, O gopis, you yourselves are saying that I have taken birth to remove the trouble of the Vrajvasis. According to it, I will surely protect them from all dangers. Since you are also inhabitants of Vraj, you will automatically be protected from all calamities, and thus you will certainly be peaceful. So there is no need for you to pray for your sufferings to be relieved. Is there anything else you are requesting? The gopis reply, Tvat sprihat manam. Our hearts are always longing to be with you. Our only sorrow is that we do not get your association. We have no other complaint. Krishna argues. Other residents of Vraj also nourish intense desire to be with me. What is so special about your longing? The gopis explain. Swajana, out of all the Vrajvasis, we are closest to you. We are the closest to you. Sorry. You have a confidential remedy for the heart disease afflicting your intimate associates. Abandon your miserliness and give us at least a tiny bit of that medicine to uproot this disease from our hearts. The gopis use the word manak, a tiny amount, to indicate the rarity of obtaining that medicine. According to another interpretation, they are following the common tactic of a beggar, saying, "Give me at least a little bit." Actually, such beggars are not asking for just a little. The gopis use the word hrid-rujan, heart disease, in the plural number, implying many diseases. By the use of the plural and the prefix ni in the word nishuddhana, that which counteracts, the gopis indicate our heart disease, our desires for you can never be satiated. Rather, it automatically continues to grow, exhibiting newer and newer symptoms. In this way, the illness always manifests in two ways. What are those two ways? Never being satiated and ever increasing. With the same intention, they utter the word nishuddhana. Only that medicine can fully cure our disease. The plural number in the prefix ni indicates that a small amount of this medicine is not capable of curing their disease. Although the gopis ask for a small amount of that medicine, they're actually indicating that they require a great deal of it. Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura's Sārārtha Darshini. The gopis say, "We are ingenious and virtuous girls." Right? Is that how you say that? Ingenuous. Ingenuous, right? Anyways. Yes, ingenuous. Innocent and unsuspecting. Okay. So we are innocent and virtuous girls. You completely captivated us with your flute song and lured us into the forest at night. You yourself called us, but not just to set us ablaze in the fire of ardent desire, but rather to give us your direct association to protect our lives. This is your real intention. Krishna may ask, "How can you possibly suggest such a thing?" The gopis answer, "Your presence indiscriminately bestows auspiciousness to all the inhabitants of Raj and the entire world, and destroys all miseries. Therefore, we gopis, hankering to nourish your aspirations which arose in your heart when you first saw us, petition you to give us something of that. Give up your miserliness." Krishna replies, "Good, I will give it to you. What is it that I should give you?" The gopis explain, "Swajana hridrujan yan nishuddhanam." To cure the disease of our heart, that is, of our breasts, we require the medicinal touch of your lotus hands. If you apply this medicine on our breasts, your yearning will be fulfilled. Tvatsprihatmanam. Only this will save us from death. So tomorrow we will do the last verse. Yatte sujata charanam puruhastaneshu bhita shanai priyadati maikarkasheshu tenatavim atarsityar vyatatena kingsvit kurpa dibhir brahmatidhir bhavamayushamna. Hey Priya, O precious one, your feet, more tender than lotus flowers, we place on our hard breasts, very, very carefully, lest we hurt them. Now it is night, and with those soft feet, you are roaming around somewhere in the remote forest. Are they in pain, bruised by pebbles and sharp stones? The thought of this sets our heads spinning, causing us to fall in a swoon. We live only for your sake. We are yours. We are yours. Okay, so that is our reading of Gopī-gīta for today, and now we will move on to Dāmodarāṣṭakam. Oops. Let me just check the comments. Okay. Now. Okay, there. Verse 4. One second, please. Namamishwaram Sachiranandarupam Alasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabhiyo Lukadadava Manam Paramrishtam Adyan Tato Druta Gopya Varam deva moksham namokshava deva nachanyam vrineham varesharapiha adidang devapur nata gopalabalam sada me mana syavirastam kimana Anamami Shvaram Sachirananda Rupam Lasat Kunda Lam Gokule Braja Manam. So let's go through the word for word. Varam means benedictions. Deva, O supremely effulgent and playful divinity. So, O Deva. So na chanyam. No, sorry. One second. Let's just look at this. Okay, sorry. So it's saying, "Oh Deva, I do not varam. I don't want moksham. Moksham na mokshavadhim. And what's beyond moksha? The pinnacle of salvation is residence in Sri Vaikuntha Loka. That's the topmost pinnacle of moksha, Vaikuntha Loka. So I don't want that either. Na chanyam, vrine, aham. Aham means I. Vrine also means want, right? Let's see. Oh, pray for. Sorry, yeah. So I don't pray for even anything else. Na chanyam. Cha anyam. So I don't pray for even anything else. Vareshad apiha. So what's like already he's saying that he doesn't want any he doesn't want moksha, he doesn't even want the pinnacle of moksha, residence of Vaikuntha Loka. So then what other thing would you possibly want? And anyam refers to benedictions such as navada popularized by Shravan and Kirtan. And this is referring to Vaidhi Bhakti. So I don't even want that, which is superior. What do I want? Idang te vapurnata gopala bhalam. I want this form, vapur, nata or nat, of gopala balam, of a little young gopal, young cowherd boy. Sada me manasyavirastam kim anyay. Always, well, may that be situated in my heart or mind. Manasi means either heart or mind. Avirasta means situated. Kim anyay, what is the need of anything else? Kim, what? Anyay, anything else. What is the need of anything other benediction? Sorry, I didn't explain that very nicely, but in the evening time, I'll go through this word for word again more nicely after I've looked at it a little bit. So, translation is, O supremely effulgent and playful divinity, I do not ask you for freedom from mortal suffering, the fourth of human goals. Nor do I ask for the ultimate limit of freedom, that is, residence in Vaikuntha, the abode of extraordinary concentrated happiness. Nor do I seek any other benediction from you, even attaining bhakti characterized by Shravan, Kirtan, etc., even though, as a supreme benefactor, you can easily grant all benedictions. O Lord of life, may your beautiful form as Bal Gopal, a little cowherd boy in Vraj, always remain visible within my heart. I have no use for any benediction other than this. So then, Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī Pad's Dig-darśinī-ṭikā is the Sanskrit. Now we're reading a Bhav Anuvad of that. Up until this point, Sri Satyavrat Muni has been praising Sri Bhagavan by describing the supremacy of his unique characteristics. Now in verse 4, beginning with Varam, and in verse 5, Sri Satyavrat Muni begins to pray to obtain his most cherished object. O Deva means either O supremely effulgent divinity or O Lord who always loves to perform certain charming pastimes. Here, Vara Ishat Api means even though you can grant any benediction, I do not ask you for freedom from mortal suffering, moksha, the ultimate goal among the four goals of human life. Beyond the attainment of ordinary moksha is the attainment of the topmost limit of moksha, residence in your transcendental abode, Sri Vaikuntha Loka. That abode is comprised of unending concentrated bliss. I do not even ask you for residence in Vaikuntha, nor do I ask for anyam cha. The word anyam cha, others also, can be understood to mean either the other benediction attained by performing the celebrated ninefold system of devotional service, Navada Bhakti, beginning with the process of Shravanam, hearing about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or simply any other attainment generally considered worth asking for or considered superior by others. However, considering the word iha in this place, the meaning is, because I am in Vrindavan, I do not have the slightest desire to accept all these benedictions. And here's a footnote translated from the Bengali edition of Dāmodarāṣṭakam. So I don't know. That probably means it was written either by Param Gurudev or Śrīla Vāman Goswami Maharaj. Right? Right? If there's a footnote in the Bengali edition. I said probably. At the end of Dīpikā of verse 3, it was said, among the limbs of bhakti required for all devotees, I only pray to perform one special limb of bhakti, vandana. So that was in the previous verse, are expressing my adoration for Sri Bhagavan. I do not pray for knowledge of Bhagavan's opulence or anything else. Now in this stanza, it has been said that even the above mentioned limbs of bhakti, such as Shravana, Kirtana, Vandana, and so forth, are also not desirable. The meaning is that from the perspective of God, why can I say that? The meaning is that from the perspective of gradated excellence, the spurti of Sri Bhagavan's beautiful form within the heart, as revealed only in Vrindavan, is a superior sadhya, is a superior goal. Is to have spurti of Sri Bhagavan's beautiful form within the heart. Okay. Oh, and this footnote goes on. It says, previously, Sri Satyavrat Muni resolved to perform sadhana of Vaidhi Bhakti, characterized by Shravan and so forth. However, in this stanza, even the above said Vaidhi sadhan is being discarded because it is devoid of the intense eagerness to serve Sri Krishna, which eventually results in a spurti of his beautiful form. Sri Satyavrat Muni has offered this special prayer through Kirtana Bhakti, saturated by intense attachment and eagerness to serve, Raganuga Bhakti, in order to bring about the sadhya of perpetually seeing such spurtis of Sri Bhagavan's beautiful form within the heart. This is because without the mercy of Sri Bhagavan, such a spurti will not occur. Okay. The word iha is also related to the latter half of the verse. Here, the progressive superiority of the three benedictions is self-evident. The Uttarakanda of Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita clearly explains the superiority of residence in Vaikuntha Loka over moksha. So then here's an annotation by my Param Gurudev, Śrīla Bhakti-Vedanta Keshav Goswami Maharaj. Verses 114 and 115 of Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita's Uttarakanda are presented herein. Vaikuntam Durlabham Muktai Sandarananda Chiratmakam Nishkama Ye Tutar Bhakto Labhante Sadhya Eva Tat. Those who perform bhajan of Bhagavan Sri Krishna devoid of any personal motive, Nishkam Bhaktas, immediately achieve the abode of Vaikuntha. That abode of Vaikuntha is the embodiment of concentrated happiness, and it is made of transcendental cognizance. In other words, it is the concentrated embodiment of Brahma, absolute reality, and its aspect of transcendental consciousness. That abode of Vaikuntha is rarely achieved even by liberated personalities. The deep meaning here is that those who propound oneness with the Absolute and arrogantly regard themselves as liberated souls can never attain that abode. Tatra Shri Krishna Padabja Shakshat Seva Sukham Sada Bahudanu Bhavantaste Ramante Kritamritam. In Vaikuntha, the devotees who are from all hankering, Nishkam Bhaktas, perpetually experience the variegated happiness of directly serving the Sri Krishna's lotus feet. By performing various pastimes with him, they become immersed in an ocean of bliss. The happiness resulting from Sri Bhagavan's service is the concentrated form of supreme bliss. Compared to this, the Amrita, the nectar of immortality, or the happiness of liberation seems extremely insignificant. This is reminding me of things that I was reading in Vrindaranya's articles. Anyways, that's a different kind. I'm not going to get into that now. I really need to read the next article. So, okay, where are we? Moksha. There. I think when we reprint this, we should put this at the end of the chapter because it's really confusing having. Okay. Here, the progressive superiority of the three benedictions is self-evident. The Uttarakanda of Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita clearly explains the superiority of residence in Vaikuntha Loka over moksha. And also the superiority of the performance of Navada Bhakti, celebrated ninefold system of devotional service beginning with Shravana. This is even superior to that. Wow, that's superior to residence in Vaikuntha Loka. Wow. This is also described in the following verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Kamam bhava sarvajina nirayeshu nastach cheto livadyadinute padayorameta vachaschanas tulasivad yaditengrit shobha puryetate gunaganar yadikarnarandhra. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:15-49. Sri Sanat Kumar and the other Kumars prayed, O Lord, if because of the offense we made by cursing your devotees Jai and Vijay, we have to take birth in an extremely condemned species or even in hell, no harm. As long as our hearts and minds, like bees, are immersed in relishing the sweetness of serving your lotus feet. Our words are made beautiful by glorifying you, just as tulsi leaves are beautified when they are offered at your feet. And our ears are eternally filled with descriptions of all your transcendental qualities. Then we do not care about where we take birth. In other words, may we eternally have the fortune of hearing, Shravan, and singing kirtan about you. This statement specifically demonstrates that regardless of where one resides as a result of his actions, even if he resides in hell, Once he has attained final perfection, or prem bhakti, by appropriately performing the limbs of Navada bhakti, such as Shravan, he always experiences the fulfillment of residing in Vaikuntha. Sri Krishna may have asked, if you do not want any of these benedictions, then what is it that you want? To this question, the sage replies, O Master, may your Bal Gopal form in Vrindavan, which I have just described, always remain manifest within my heart. Although you are present as the Supersoul, the omniscient witness in the cave-like hearts of all beings, kindly remain manifest in my heart in such a way that you seem to be appearing directly in front of me, and in that way reveal to me the beauty of your entire form. As though Sri Krishna is personally addressing his devotee, he speaks thus. Aho, liberation, residence in Vaikuntha, and eligibility to engage in Navada Bhakti are also exceedingly worthy and rare benedictions. Why not accept them as well? In reply, Sri Satyavrata Muni says, Kim Anyay, of what use are these boons? In other words, Sri Satyavrata Muni says, although these attainments are eagerly sought after by others, they are of no use to me. Sri Krishna is the essence of all bliss. If one attains him, then everything has been attained. However, the result of obtaining something as insignificant as liberation instead of one's most cherished form of Sri Krishna is only intense sorrow. It is for this reason that Sri Satyavrata Muni has implied that all other benedictions are of no use. Now, in the following passages, Srila Sanātana Gosvāmī reveals another meaning of Kim Anyay. Sri Bhagavan asks the sage, you may not want liberation and other boons, but why do you not accept the benediction of seeing me and conversing with me in any of my opulent four-armed forms like Sri Narayan, a privilege greatly cherished by all? In this context, when Sri Satyavrata Muni replies that he has no use for any other benediction, he means, I will only experience the greatest bliss if your Bal Gopal form, the crown jewel of all beauty, remains forever manifest in my heart, and not otherwise. In Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita's Uttarakhanda, that is 286 to 96, we find statements of Sri Pipalayan Rishi. One second. Therein, he extensively discusses the glories of beholding Sri Bhagavan within the heart, Antara Darshan. And there's an annotation by my Param Gurudev on page 97, and it's very long. So since it's 8:26 and I have a busy day today, I am not going to read that now. I'll read that another time though. Maybe I'll make a separate video just for that annotation. Okay, so in the previous stanzas, the sage has been singing the glories, stuti, of his Lord. He's been doing stuti, singing the glories of his Lord. Yet this stanza is apparently a prayer, a prarthana. One second. The sage's prayer for inner vision of Sri Bhagavan shows that such vision is the highest goal. Oops, sorry, I skipped the sentence. However, even this prayer has culminated in glorifying Bhagavan. The sage's prayer for inner vision of Sri Bhagavan shows that such a vision is the highest goal. This should also be understood while considering the next verse. So here there's such a vision is the highest goal. There's a footnote for that. In verse 6, however, Srila Sanātana Gosvāmī cites further examples from his Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita to prove that the superiority of darshan within the mind applies only to Jnani Bhaktas. In relation to Shuddha Bhaktas or Premi Bhaktas, the conclusion is that darshan of Bhagavan with one's spiritually perfected senses is superior to darshan within the mind. All right, so I'll end here for now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. So I will read my Gurudev's commentary for this tonight. Probably like around 7 p.m. Right now it's 8:30 a.m. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shila Gurudev ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashata Rashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Shila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Shila Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Ṭhākura ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Vaiṣṇava Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannathas Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanātana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jīva Gopala Padadash Raghunath Sharda Gosai Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki Jai. Naam Acharya Shri Haridas Ṭhākura ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kund ki Jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Shri Ras Panchadhyay ki Jai. Sarva Vraja Devi Gan ki Jai. Raseshwari Shri Vrishabhanu Nandini Shrimati Radha Ṭhakurani ki Jai. Shri Dāmodarāṣṭakam ki Jai. Shri Yashoda Damodar ki Jai. Shri Radha Damodar ki Jai. Shri Satyavrat Muni ki Jai. Shri Sanātana Gosvāmī Par ki Jai. Dig-darśinī-ṭikā ki Jai. Oh, Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishimad Bhakti Vichar Jajabar Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Tadiya Shubha Tirobhav Titi ki Jai. Shri Vraj Mandal Parikrama ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Padadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams everybody. Hari Bol Prajumna Prabhu. Okay. See you